With budget compacts killed off by the ever-advancing phone camera, dedicated cameras play a very different role these days. And as everyone wants to lug around a massive lump, mirrorless and DSLR cameras simply won't suit all photographers all of the time. Which is where the Canon G1X Mark III comes into play. This small-scale compact, which is a lot smaller than the MkII model, has a DSLR-sized APS-C sensor at its heart. Which is kind of hard to believe, given how small the body is. As with anything, the playoff between small scale and that large sensor means a compromise with the maximum aperture value. It dips from f/2.8 at the wide-angled 24mm equivalent to f/5.6 at its 72mm equivalent full extension, limiting the amount of light that can enter the camera. Even so, with such a large sensor at its heart, the G1X has heaps of potential to produce exceptional images, as we found out after using a pre-production camera ahead of its announcement. So is it a genuine case of big things from this small compact? Canon PowerShot G1X MkII Review, Design. Small scale body, 115.0 x 77.9 x 51.4 mm, 398 G. 24 to 72 mm f/2.8-5.6 equivalent lens, 3x zoom. Lens control ring, front control dial, EXP comp dial, full manual controls, hot shoe. 3-inch 1.04 variangle LCD touchscreen. Built-in 0.39-inch 2.36 electronic viewfinder, EVF. Dust and drip-proof construction. As you can see from our in-hand photos, the G1X MkII is a small-scale camera given what's on its inside. The earlier Mark II model had a smaller sensor, 1.5-inch, but that was a far larger camera overall. There's nothing missing from its setup either, with a variangle touchscreen and built-in electronic viewfinder. Using the camera isn't a million miles away from a mini mirrorless or DSLR camera. Only you can't swap the lens, of course. And the lens is the G1X Mark II's weak point, to some degree. It's not that the quality is questionable, it's that in not particularly dim light that maximum aperture value drops to f/5.6 at full extension. We were taking some outdoor shots of statues and that meant having to ramp up the sensitivity to ISO 1600 to obtain a fast enough shutter speed for a sharp photo. We would also like the lens to move through its available focal length at greater speed. Using the single lens control ring, the G1X3 doesn't have dual lens rings like some earlier Canon cameras. The subtle zoom can be useful for smaller adjustments, but the toggle zoom atop the camera ought to be quicker at jumping